There we go. There we go. All right, this is just a quick audio test to make sure everything is synced up, and then we're going to get started here. All right, this is just a quick audio test to make sure everything is synced up, and then we're going to get started here. All right, this is just a quick audio test to make sure everything is... Okay, so welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm an old guy gaming, and in this stream, we're going to go ahead and build a hovercraft. Can't talk. Yeah, we're going to build a hovercraft. So that's the goal. And the first thing I need to do is I need to see if I have any... I do have some Zascosium. How many... I don't have enough though. Okay, so here's the plan. I have made in creative mode, I built a hovercraft. And here it is right here, old guy HV. And I'm gonna need 30 Sathium ingots. Oh, you know what? Sathium. That's Zascosium, that's not Sathium. Crap, okay. The only way that I know of that we can get Sathium on Akua is to loot it from a POI, because it doesn't occur naturally on this planet. I'm not sure what it is I'm going to need, though, that's going to require Sathium. So let's take a look real quick at hovercraft parts, which is going to be... Oh, I guess the other thing I need to do is I need to make sure I can actually learn that stuff. I got 141 points. So let's go to hover vessel. And we're going to go ahead and learn all of this stuff. And we'll have to figure out which of these items is asking for Sathium, and see if it's something that we can live without for the initial build. I don't need any of that stuff. I'm not high enough yet to get the drill module, but I wasn't planning on putting the drills on for starters anyways. I do want the medium thrusters though. Oh, I could actually do the big jets too, but let's hold off on that. I want the Gatling gun. I want the O2 station. Mobile constructor. Fridge. Spotlight. And light. I think that's everything that I put... Oh, and a hover booster too. I believe that's everything that I put on the hovercraft that I built in creative mode. So we still have an armor locker and passenger seat, but this hovercraft is a single passenger vehicle anyways. So really, actually, the only other thing I wouldn't have is an armor locker. I didn't plan for that. And I don't think I will for now. It's something I might have to modify later on. Yeah, okay. So let's go with that. We still have 68 points left. What are we looking like with tools? We got to be 12 until we can do that. You know what? I might... how much is this? 5 points? Okay, let's hold off on that for a second. What about weapons? I've already got the Tech 2 assault rifle learned, but I need an upgrade kit before I can actually do that. And it looks like I have everything else in weapons learned that I can until I hit level 10. Miscellaneous. Don't really need any of that stuff right now. And what about the base? O2 station. I don't need that on a coup. Oh, I want the elevator block. Actually, yes, I do. I do want that. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm not going to spend any more points right at the moment. When we get level 10, we can get a medic station for healing, which is going to be huge. and we can get a Tech 2 fridge and an advanced constructor. So let's save our points. What's that, ATM machine? Let's save our points for those things, because those things are going to really come in handy. So, I guess the first order of business then is, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to just start building the hovercraft, and when we get it to the point where we're going to need... Oh, maybe this will tell us. Okay, let's do a hover filter. So I'm just trying to see what of these items is going to need the Zascosium. Is it going to be this? No, I think I have all that. Hover engine, I wouldn't think a hover engine would need that. RCS. Yeah, I don't know which of these would actually need the Zascosium. So I can't really tell by just looking at it here. So okay. Well, let's see. We're going to start with the core. So we need a hover core. So let's get that rolling. And I don't actually know if I have enough overall stuff, to make all this anyways, now that I think about it. So we'll just do as much as we can, and then if we get to a point where we can't continue on because we're out of resources, we'll just have to go get the resources. Because guess what? I have a Tech 2, Tier 2, whatever, laser right now. So we'll be able to get ore much better now. That reminds me, though, I do need some charges for that. So let's queue some of those up as well. The drill charges, output count 5. Let's make 10 of those for now. Small vessel, hover vessel starter. Oh, no, I want to keep that in there. Okay, let's go see what we have. Oh, it's raining. Check it out. That's kind of neat. Now, I actually want to build a pad to make this thing on. Just so we have nice level ground. So let's grab our concrete blocks. We have 464, so we should have plenty of those. We need some food. We need some food, dude. Let's grab some meat out of there. And we have salami. So, actually, yeah, we have plenty of food. We'll just keep the meat in here for now. In fact, let's even throw this in here. Salami does perish. It has a long perish time, but it does perish. Oh, crap. Food poisoning. Poisonous bite. Which one of these helps with food poisoning? Open wound. Okay. Antidote pills. Food poisoning, food bite. And that's alien thorn. Yeah, let's, guess that's just one. Let's make a couple of those, and I know I have some right here, too. Alright. Thankfully, food poisoning doesn't happen a lot. At least it hasn't to me. The other thing is, our health is really crap, but we're going to probably... How far are we from the next level? Really close. If we just went out and killed something, we could get 10, and then we could build a medi station. Assuming we have the resources for the medical station. That's the base. Does it tell us what it needs? Nanotubes. Yeah, we should be able to make that. Alright. Well, let's do that too, then. Let's see if we can go just get that next level 10. So we're just going to need to kill a baddie. And if you've watched any of my previous episodes, you know there's plenty of baddies around. We could even just maybe kill one of these lizard mule things. I'm too... oh, crap. I wasn't watching my stamina. Oh, wrong key. What was I doing? I was checking my XP. Yeah, that almost got me there. Okay, probably one more is all I need to do. And then, watch your XP there. Oh, I guess I should put my jetpack on as well. We'll take this guy out. Since we're over here, we might as well see how much water and oxy we have built up. Didn't piss those guys off, did it? Okay, level 10. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. $39 oxygen tanks. Do I have any fuel with me? No, I don't. Okay. And 39 waters. There, let's pop this thing down. I'll be glad to get rid of this bike, because it's just a little too hard to control. Okay, let's go back in here, put our light back on. And I want to learn the med station. I want to learn the advanced constructor for sure, and I do want the tier 2 fridge at some point. I don't know if I want it right this second though. What weapons can we do now? We can do the Tech 2 pistol, the rocket launcher, and the pulse rifle. Alright, we'll keep those in mind. We can't do any more tools at the moment. Miscellaneous unlocked. The large fuel, which we will definitely want to get eventually. Oh, we could put the larger hover engine on. I don't know if this is physically... Oh yeah, I guess that 2x2 means is the space that it takes up. Yeah, okay. Now, I don't think I'm going to do that, because I want to stick with the actual blueprint that I created. And by the way, if you guys like this build, once I'm finished with it, let me know, and I will post it up on the workshop. I also have another base that I built a year and a half ago that's on the workshop that I'll probably do like a little special episode just to show it to you guys, because it's pretty epic. The problem with it though is that it has some illegal blocks because it was a year and a half ago, and I don't know how to fix that. At some point I'll read up on it, but I have not done so yet. Okay, so let's get moving here. Let's go ahead and do the tier 2 fridge. And I think that's really all I'm worried about right now. What is... Yeah, we're going to want the minigun, too. And we're going to want the tier 2 shotgun. But man, we can't get that till 15. That sucks. Okay. Well, we might get this eventually. I don't think I'm going to get it right now. So we got to get cruising here. So we got our base starter, and we got our drill charges. That's good. What do we need to make an advanced constructor? That's what I want to look at next. That's a large, and... oh, here's the advanced. Okay. Cobalt alloy flux coil. Oh! Okay. Never mind. We're not going to be building that anytime soon. Again, I'd have to loot that stuff, or normally what you do for flux coils and power coils is you have to get those in space from the drones, the plasma drones. But we can make a medic station, and we definitely need to heal up. And let's also make... That's the little fridge. Where is... Didn't I just train up the tier 2 fridge? I'm not seeing it. Oh, we got some drones coming in to bring us some loot too. All right, why am I not seeing the refrigerator? Did I not actually do it? Let's see here. Yeah, I learned it. Oh, you can only do that in the advanced constructor. That's why it's got the red dot. Oh, okay. Shoot, I wish I would have paid attention to that before I spent those points. Not that, you know, I mean, I'm going to make all that stuff eventually. Okay. Medical. I believe... Yeah, this replaces the clone chamber. I was going to make another change too, but I think I'll do that later. So let's take this out and put this in its place. And now we can heal. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Health level is increasing. That's what we want to see. Beautiful. Okay. Now, the other thing I was going to do, and maybe I will just do it right now, is let's make... We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make 5 elevator blocks. Is that 1 per? Yes, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to take this ugliness out. Set that to disassemble. What, am I not high enough or something? Okay. And I guess what we'll do is we'll put the elevator... I don't want to put it there, so we'll put it there. Which means then that we want to fill this back in here. And nope. There, like that. Okay, so... we'll put these in place. Like so. And now we can just go up the elevator when we want to get up onto the roof. There we go. Are those night raptors or... No, I don't think so. They'd probably be going crazy right now if they were night raptors. Okay, we have some drones coming in. I'd like to actually get them this time so I can get the parts off of them. So we'll just have to listen for our gun going off. They've always been coming from... What direction is that? Okay, basically from the east then, yeah. Oh, I guess I could have looked on my mini-map up in the upper right-hand corner. I'm still trying to remember how this game works. Okay. Let's head down this way. Eat some more food. We'll put... Let's put the water out here. And the oxy. And we'll make a crap ton of water. And let's make some oxygen. And I don't need it on a Kua, but I am going to need it later. So I'll make some of that up, but I'll keep the rest of the big bottles for... I guess I put all those in the... Oh, it gave me the clone chamber back. That's right. Okay. Cool. I might want these, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's make our pad. So I'm going to want it to be... probably come out to about here or so for the hovercraft. Alright. And then we'll come here and Get it. Okay, hold still. Hold down control. And we'll do a big old pad out to there. And I want it to be a little wider than that, so we'll come down and do this. And hold control. No, don't go that way. Oh, you know what? That might not be good if I bury myself in concrete. So let's get out of the way. And we'll finish this out to there. Beautiful. Now I could make a ramp up here, but I don't think I will, because if we get any nasties coming along, they can't, theoretically, they shouldn't be able to get up here. But the hovercraft will be able to get up there. Okay, that's going to bug me, so I'm going to fill that in. I know I don't actually need to, but just to make things as realistic as possible. Okay, there's our drones. See, that's the bad thing about where my base is that those guys are going to always be falling in the water. After we make our hovercraft, the next thing on the list as far as vehicles go, or vessels, will be a small vessel. And that you can actually take underwater, so it's like a submarine as well as a spacecraft, which is pretty cool. Then we can just hop in the small vessel and cruise out here in that to pick this stuff up. I know I haven't spent a lot of time at the base since I started this series, but one thing I've been finding a little underwhelming is the drones attacks, so that's something I might actually increase in the settings. I remember them being a little more frequent, a little more aggressive last time I played. So I don't know if that's been nerfed a little bit, or if my memory's just going, which is entirely possible. Let's pop them. Can we do this underwater? Yeah, we can. I think it's just a little tiny bit of stamina. Oh, there's another drone coming in. Yikes. I hope it doesn't shoot underwater. Here we go. We will take those materials. Thank you, Mr. Drone. Alright. There's supposed to be another drone. Wasn't there 2 drones that he shot down? I could have sworn he shot down 2 drones. Oh, there are more coming. I wonder if I spoke too soon. Are those guys shooting at me? I could have sworn there was another drone. Is that what this yellow thing is? No, that's my base. I thought there was one like right around here that got shot. Okay, well, maybe not. Base attack drone, and looks like the minigun drone's probably down. So I do not see it moving. So let's do a waypoint, and we'll just remove that on approach. Yep, looks like the base attack drone just went down as well. Okay. I'll have to watch the video later. I could have sworn there was 2 drones, though. maybe not. You know, one thing we could do too is we could go take apart that front part of the Titan there. We would get some pretty decent resources by doing that. Thank you, sir, for your parts. Appreciate it. Let's get out of the water. There's a plant critter. Nice. All right. Let's head back. Are those guys hostile? Well, the plant guy's gonna. Yeah, looks like those are night raptors. Pick that up. And put the light back on. Oh, you know what I should do is put some lights out here. Let's do that. So we can see what we're doing. Light blocks. Put a couple out. While that's going on, let's go ahead and start getting some hovercraft items crafting. So we're gonna need let's start with a cockpit. So we'll need a cockpit. Put all this stuff in here. Guess that's it for the components. Oh, and the nanotubes. Alright, so we'll need a cockpit. We're going to need 4 hover engines. So we'll queue 4 of those up. We're going to need a generator, a fuel tank, I'm just doing the essential stuff first, and then we'll worry about the other stuff later. And then we're going to do medium thrusters. Let's see, I want 5, 6, 7. I'm going to need 9 of these. So let's queue up 9 of those. And let's just see how much we can get out of that with our current resources. I'll put this in a fridge. Don't need to carry these concrete blocks or elevator. Looks like I made 1 elevator too many, but that's all right. Not a big deal. I'm assuming that's the drone that I just got earlier. Okay, so let's put... That's the middle. So we'll go 1, 2... Yeah, we'll go 2 from the center, and we'll go up there. 1, 2, 2, just like that. Okay. So we'll put the core down first. I thought I put that away. Let's get back here and use our handy dandy drone. And I actually... Yeah, hold on a second. I want it to be facing this way. Not that it really matters that much, I guess. Whoa! Man, this thing is like so squirrely. Just want to get it right about in the middle, more or less. Huh. Let's drop it right there, I suppose. Yeah, it's not straight, but we'll fix that later, I guess. So, if you've never done this before, this little arrow basically is telling you which direction the front of the hovercraft will be. That is important because the game will let you put the cockpit on the other side if you're not paying attention, and the cockpit will be completely on the backside. The other thing to keep in mind, too, is once you do set this down, you don't need to keep the blocks that are on it. And so I'm going to take those off. And I can also tell what the front's going to be because there's also kind of like this little arrow on the core itself. So the point of the arrow means the front. Okay, so to follow now the plan, one of the things that I designed this hovercraft to do, there's two design criteria, okay? It's very low profile, okay? So the hovercraft, the main body and components of the hovercraft is only going to be too high. It's going to go a little higher than that in a couple of spots, but it's going to be a very low profile hovercraft. It's not going to stick way the hell up in the air. That's the first thing. The second thing is except for the armor locker, which I didn't consider when I was building it, it has everything on it that you would need, including oxygen. Even though we don't need oxygen on a Kua, once I build this, later on I'm going to build a capital vessel, and then I can just load the hovercraft into it, and we can go to another planet. So it's going to have everything on it, a constructor, the whole 9 yards, with the exception, once again, of the armor locker. And I'm not, I'm not even sure you even really want one of those on a hovercraft anyways. I'm not sure why you would. I can see putting it on a larger small vessel, but anyway. So that's the two main things. I want everything on it, and I want it to be as low profile as possible, with a couple of exceptions that you'll see later on. So let's go back into here. And let's also make a door here. Base. Door. Automatic door. So we'll grab all of this stuff. Let the thrusters cook up. Alright, I had to make some notes here on how I'm going to do this because it's just too much for my old brain to remember. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the fuel tank... Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, okay. So we're going to put the fuel tank right here. But we're going to rotate it so that it's up like that. Okay? And then what we'll do is we'll get to the fuel tank from the top of the hovercraft. We're going to take the generator and we're going to put that in the back, or no, on the side, I'm sorry. And let me look at my notes again, make sure I don't screw this up. Right, okay. So it's going to go down like this. And we'll rotate it. And we're going to put it just like that. Okay, so that's where the generator goes. Excellent. Okay, next we have... Okay, I'm not actually ready to put those things on yet. And we are going to need to make a bunch of steel blocks too, now that I think about it. So the next thing I want to make is an O2 tank, 4 RCSs, a ventilator, and a harvest cargo bin. So let's go get those things started. I think what I'll do too, just to save time, is we'll let this last one finish, and then I'll make the rest of the thrusters later, because I don't really need those right now anyway. Okay, so shut that off, take that out, turn it back on. So we wanted an O2 tank. Let's get back to the hovercraft filter so we don't make the wrong thing here. We wanted a cargo harvest box. And then we wanted 4 RCSs. 2, 3, 4. And a ventilator. I believe that's correct. We'll find out. You know, and if I put something in the wrong place, it's not the end of the world. I can always remove it and replace it. How come I have a core in here? I must have looted that. I didn't even realize I had one. Okay, so we got that stuff. While those are cooking up, we'll put our door in place. Cargo harvest box and O2 tank. Let's set those next. So the O2 tank is going to go... Wait a minute, where is that going to go? It's on the same side as the generator and in the back. Which means right here. Okay. Let's see. RCSs. We're going to put those all along the front. Oh, no, not there. Make sure I have disassemble on. Let's try that again. Good, good. And then the cargo harvest, we're going to put... let's rotate it this... Whoop, no, that was right. Rotate it that way and put it there. Is that right? Yeah, I believe it is. So we need one more we need 2 more RCSs and a ventilator to finish out the bottom layer of this guy. Got him right there. Ventilator goes on this side. You need the ventilator for the oxygen. Oh yeah, I should be explaining this stuff to some of you guys who are new, because I know some of my viewers are brand new to the game, so I shouldn't be assuming that you know what I'm doing here. The RCS unit basically allows you to have better control of the ship. So the more RCSs you have, the better control you have of your vessel. If I just put 1 RCS on this hovercraft that I'm building, it would be really hard for me to control it. 2 RCSs make it manageable, but it's still not smooth. This design actually has 6 RCSs in total, so it handles really, really nicely. And we'll put that there. Cool. All right, that should finish our bottom row of all of our components. I have to remember the top is, or the front rather, is facing towards the forest. Next on the list is the upper layer. We're going to want 2 storage boxes. We're going to want an ammo box. We're going to want a refrigerator and an O2 station. And 2 more RCSs. I'm still curious why it's requiring me to have Zascosium. I don't know what that's going to be used for. We're going to put 3 Gatling guns on it, but the design is to be able to remove those when we want to for mining as well. Though this hovercraft is not really designed specifically for mining, we will be able to use it for that, I think. I think. But I probably will make a different hovercraft that's specifically for mining. That's kind of my general plan anyway. So, yeah, I don't know what it wants Zascosium for. I guess we'll find out. We'll wait for him to finish, and then we'll come back and get that last one later. How come my door's open? That's weird. Okay, so for the next layer, this being the front, we're going to want to put the 2 storage and another RCS, like so. Now, RCSs and generators and the core itself and the ventilator, none of that stuff you actually need to access once it's in place. So part of what I'm doing here is I'm making sure that anything that I do need to access, such as the cargo bin, the fuel tank, there'll be a place that I can do that, once it's built. Now, you can also access all of the components from inside the cockpit, but that's a bunch of clicking and going through a bunch of menus and stuff. So this way, I'll just be able to go right up to this and open that cargo box once it's all said done. You'll see how I'm going to do that. Okay, so next we have the constructor, which is going to go across the back. The constructor is a... Did I not make the constructor? I don't think I made it. Okay, so let's go back and make our constructor, which is this guy right here. I've been pretty lucky so far in terms of being able to make all this stuff. I have not done any mining since the mining we did in the very first episode, so just that little bit, relative little bit that I did is gone a long ways. Okay, so I want to make some steel blocks, but before I can do that, I need 2 steel plates per. So this constructor is going to make me do the math. So let's queue up 100 of those. No, actually, let's queue up 200 of those. And then that should allow us to make 100 of those. Alright, so we'll get those going in the little guy. At some point I might even make just 2 constructors so we can get 2 things going at the same time. But it's going relatively fast, and I didn't change any of that. You can change that in the settings. In fact, I even talked about that a little bit in episode 1 or 2. But this is actually moving pretty fast. I mean, it's not like I'm sitting here waiting for stuff for a long time. Okay, so we need 4 more thrusters, because I think I said I needed 9 of those. So let's get those queued up. And then when those are done, I guess the next thing we can do is the Gatlings. And then we need 3 of those. Okay. This is fun. This is why I like this game. Well, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I like it, but it's so fun to build something and then actually use it, go fly it. And, there's a certain degree of physics involved with this. It's not, like true to life physics, but it does matter. The number of thrusters you have, the weight of the vehicle, how you design it, does come into play to some extent. you know, when you're making this stuff. But it's not overly complicated either. That's the thing I love about it. You know, it's not Space Engineers complicated. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. Space Engineers is an awesome game. I have it. But haven't played a lot of it, but I have played it. But you really have to think in Space Engineers, you know. Whereas in Empyrion, you have to think about it a little bit, but it's not quite as intense. So it's just a little more fun from that perspective. Okay, I need to put this other RCS. Let me look and see where I need to put this other RCS. Right behind the constructor. So that guy goes right there on top of the core. And that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 RCSs. So this thing's going to handle really smoothly. You know, comparatively speaking, anyway. We need to put the O2 station on this side. Nope, nope. Yep. Like so. Okay. We need to put the ammo box in the refrigerator. Right here. And right here. Awesome. Oh, it's backwards. Or not turned the right way. Not that it matters, but it matters for aesthetic reasons. And I don't know if this is going to work or not. Oh, it does work. Okay, good. Some of the rotation, when you use the multi-tool, doesn't work. I had a problem with that in creative mode. But apparently that one did work. So, let's load that up. Excellent. Okay, so with the exception, again, of the... whatchamacallit, the armor locker, we have everything on here. We have all the components on here that we would ever need on a hovercraft. Ammo box. We've got the cargo box for the harvester and the drill attachments that we'll put on later. We have the ventilator for oxygen for when we do eventually take this hovercraft off planet to a place that doesn't have atmosphere, which is pretty much every other planet in the game except for Oskatoon, I think, unless they change that. We have our constructor, so we can make stuff out in the field. One of the things that this is going to be really useful for when we do go mining is that we can, you know, mine some ore and then come up here and throw it in and get it making ingots while we're, you know, down getting more ore. O2 tank for oxygen, and an O2 station for filling our oxygen, and 2 cargo boxes. And, of course, our fuel on the top. Pretty cool. And it's all in a nice little square, only 2 blocks high. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our cockpit on. And I think is it cockpit 7? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that cockpit 7 is the one that I like to use. Yep, that's it. It's 2 blocks high. It's nice and sleek. Looks pretty cool. Has a pretty neat, cockpit on the inside, or a HUD on the inside. And it works really well for this build. Excellent. Now, we've got that part done. The next order of business is to start putting on the engines and the thrusters. So let's go back in here for a second. Grab our gun. Let's put this elevator in here. I thought I had done that. And we don't need the big blocks, but we are going to need a bunch of the small blocks. Are you done? Okay. It's kind of weird how that constructor like pauses when you first open it up like that. Okay, I have to remember where I did this now. I think I put the hover engines in the back. Right. All right, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put a block here, and then we'll put the hover engine. Oh, you know, the other thing I need to start doing as well, now that I think about it, I'm glad I did think about it, is let's pick this back up for a second. And we're going to put on the symmetry plane. And what that'll allow us to do is... Come on, get right in the middle. There you go. What that's going to allow us to do... Oh, you know what, though? I just thought of something. Is that going right down the center on... Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I wasn't sure if it would because when I set the core down, it wasn't like perfectly squared. But it looks like the game knows what I want it to do. So what happens here now is everything I do on this side also does on that side. So you only have to do it once instead of both times, which is really cool. Okay, so we'll put those two hover engines there for the moment. And... don't think those stay there. So let's take those back up. Yeah, they don't. Okay. And then we also put the other hover engines. Trying to remember where I put those things. Ugh. Let me think about this for a minute. I want to say I put them right here. Like right in the front. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way I did it. Pretty sure. I might have to hop out and back into creative mode for a second and just look at a couple things, guys. So just bear with me here. My memory's not as good as it once was. Okay. So that's where the hover engines go. Now we're going to do the thrusters. So, how did I do that before? Okay. I think I put the first thruster... Hold on a sec. There we go. Yeah, I put two up there and one up against this RCS down here for the back. For the front, I think what I did was I put them right there. Pretty sure that's what I did. Yeah, okay. And then for the sides... I have to think about this again. I believe I put one here and one here. Yeah, I think that's right. Like I said, I mean, if it isn't, we can always pick it back up and replace it later. Nifty. And because this is a hovercraft, we don't need up and down thrusters. We just need them on the sides, front, and back. Nice. Okay. We will put the booster... well, actually, we're going to put 3 jump boosters on the bottom. Now, let's pop in our guns. And we have another one in here. I also want to make, let's see here. I want to make 4 docking pads. And I want to make 3 hover boosters. The hover boosters are used to do it like a temporary thrust up into the air, you know, to get over like hills and or out of holes and stuff like that. And that's what that's for. So let's let those cook up. Let's run out here and grab our steel blocks. Oh, I thought I made... Oh, I must have pushed the wrong button. I hit shift instead of control. So I want 100 of those. I'm sure we're going to need all 100 of them and then some. Okay, let's put the other gun in place. Excellent. Excellent. Now, we're going to need fuel, and we're going to need ammo. Can I make... Yeah, let's look at this for a second. I should be able to make... I need 15 millimeter ammo. Oh, no, it's not going to let me do that. But it will let me make fuel. So let's grab... And we're going to need to be going to getting some... more promethium here pretty quick. Got a little bit of ore left there. Let's throw that in here and make up... Where is the fuel? Oh, I've got it on the wrong thing. Let's just make up as many of these as we can with that remaining ore and pellets. I still have a few more pellets in here that I'm going to need for the ammo. Let's pull 2 of these out so we just have an even 40. And that we will use to make our ammo. Oh, I'm being a noob here. I'm making the fuel outside and the ammo in here. So pull those back out. And let's go back out this way. Looks like it's getting close to time to eat again. So we want to make the rest of the promethium out of that ore. And then we just want to make a crap ton of fuel. Now, over here, we want to take these pellets, and let's just keep 10 of those on hand. I don't want to use every last one that I have. And then we want to make 15 millimeter bullets, because that's what the Gatling guns take. Yeah, see it says ammo 15 millimeter bullet there on the screen. And we'll just make a whole mess of those too. Grab our docking pads while we're here. And let's go back out here and grab some more steel blocks. Coming along, coming along. Alright, what am I doing? I think what I want to do is I want to jump up here. Whoa, that's high. And let's fill this sucker up. And then we will hop in the cockpit. Excuse me. Press Y to power it up. And let's get it up off the ground so that we can get underneath it. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. All right. We're going to put our docking pads on next. What these do is these will lock the hovercraft to your landing pad. I think I put those there last time. Or did I put them there? I don't remember. I guess it really doesn't matter. We'll just put them there. Okay. Yeah, so let's say I have a bay on a capital vessel and I fly into that, or if I haven't landed on a planet, I can drive the hovercraft into it, and then once I touch down, these will actually lock, like magnetically lock, and then it keeps the ship from, flying off when the ship takes off. That's the idea behind that. Plus it raises it up a little bit too. Let's go back in here and get our boosters. Those are taking a while to make. How did that get in there? Wow, yeah, that takes a lot of stuff. Okay. We can start working on the body. We don't need the boosters in place for that, so we'll put the first one down. And I'm just going to put that right there. And we'll put the second one and the third one just along the bottom there, underneath the cockpit. Excellent. Okay, I think we're ready to start making the body of this thing now. So let's hop in here. And let's hit our V key so we can get it a little straighter. Not that we need to, but it'll help with my OCD. And we'll land it down, and you should hear them lock in place. There we go. That's what that noise means. It means the landing pads have locked to the deck. And this thing's not going anywhere. Not that it would here anyway. You know, I just thought of something. Let me check my ammo. Oh, I didn't even need to come up here for that. I just needed to press P. We have 849 bullets. Yeah, we're doing fine on ammo. Not a problem. Okay, what do I need to do now? Let me look at my notes here. Yeah, I should, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to make some other stuff here. Oh, shoot. I have to have hardened steel to make the shutters, huh? Oh, that's gonna suck. Okay. Window blocks. Hit points 25. Armored has 150. Alright, that's gonna... What do I need to make a hardened steel plate? I need... Let me see here. That's a steel plate. When do I get hardened steel plate? Seems to me like I asked this question of myself before and I forgot the answer to it. I don't think that's something you have to train, is it? No, I don't think so. I think it might require like cobalt or something that's really hard to get. If I recall correctly. But I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing hardened steel plate. I don't know why. I'm doing something wrong. It's really late for one thing. I'm getting really tired, so there is that. Wing blocks. Okay, well, we're gonna have to do plan B then. Now, my design... Oh, that's what we need the Zascosium for. Ah, okay. Yeah, I believe you need Zascosium to make a hardened steel plate. I just don't know, though, why I'm not seeing hardened steel plate. Armor, truss blocks. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not seeing it next to the normal plates. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense to me. That's a glass plate. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter because we can't make it right now anyhow. The good news, though, is that the stuff that I was going to use for that is not critical to the build. So let's go back to blocks. I'm going to have to, I guess, I'm going to have to use normal glass and truss blocks for now. But as soon as we can do hardened steel, then we'll upgrade those to what they should be. But these are really, really weak is the problem. But let's just go ahead and do it anyway for now. So we'll make 10 of those, and we'll make 10 of those. Okay. Grab another load of... Oh, let's make some more steel blocks, because I'm sure I'm not going to have enough when this is all said and done. We'll make 200 more of those. Alright, so now I have to remember how this all goes. Let's start with this. So, the idea, like I mentioned, is that I want to be able to get to these blocks here quickly from the outside. Because if I go into the cockpit, I can press P, right? Then I can go to devices, and then I can go to cargo box, and then I can access it that way. But that was like, you know, what, 4 or 5 clicks plus having to get into the cockpit just to get into the cargo box. So I would much rather be able to just walk right up to it and click on it and open it that way. So that's why I'm doing this next part that I'm going to do, in case you're curious. So here's the thing. I can't put a normal block there because if I do that, of course, it's going to completely block it. But I don't want to leave it completely exposed either, because then it could get shot up by, you know, the enemy, because we are going to be getting into combat. So probably the best block that I have found that covers up most of the surface but still gives you a little bit of access to it is this ramp top here. Okay? So it does cover most of this up, but it does allow me still to get to the device, or yeah, to whatever the component is. I'm trying to remember though which way I had it. Not that it probably won't really matter. I think I'm going to do it this way because we're going to probably be getting more damage from the front than the sides, but we will get it from the sides too. Okay, so if I pop these guys in like this, right? Now I can still get to each one of these items like this, but they are, you know, probably 70-80% of that is covered by that block. It still could possibly get shot. That's definitely a possibility, but it's much less likely than if I, you know, had it completely exposed, which is really cool. Okay? Somebody just give me a follow. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Trying to see who that is. Didn't catch your name there, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Come on into chat and say hello if you want to. Okay, so now these guys we don't need to access. Well, we're going to access the constructor from the back. Okay. So from the sides here, we can just use normal blocks to cover that up. Like so. And same thing for down here. There's nothing that we... Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. We do need to get... Oh, no, we're going to get to that from the back as well. Okay, so these should be able to just be normal blocks too. Okay, we'll put that in there like so. And this is going to look a little weird. It's going to be a little boxy, but there's a couple things I'll do, you know, towards the end of this that'll spruce it up a little bit. And, you know, I could spend more time with the design of this and probably make it even look better, but we're mostly after function here, but but with a little form thrown in as well. Just so you kind of know what we're about here. Okay, so I need to be able to get to the O2 tank. The cargo constructor harvester box thingamajigger, and I also need to be able to get to the constructor. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to use those same blocks that we did before, these guys here, to get to that stuff. Except for I got to rotate it the right way, just like that. Okay. So we'll pop that guy in there, and then, you know something? I think I have this backwards. Now that I think about it, I need to look at this for a second. This would actually work if I did it like this, but I think in my blueprint design, let me look at that for a second. Yeah, I can't really tell from here. This is what it looks like, the finished vessel. I want to say though that I had my thrusters reversed. So I have the 2 on the bottom and the 1 on the top. But if I did it that way, I wouldn't be able to get to the stuff down there. So I'm almost wondering if I put the hover engines in the wrong place. You know what I'm going to do, guys? Let's just pop into creative mode real quick and look at it. There's no reason why we can't do that. So let's go out here. And in fact, since we're going to do that, let me look at something here real quick. Looks like I have 3 people viewing me right now, so if you guys want to hop into chat, you're more than welcome to do that. I'd like to talk to you, but if you don't want to, that's fine too. It's up to you. Okay, so we're going to go new game. No, not new game. We're going to go resume game. And we're going to go into my creative and load this up for a second. And let's just take a look at a couple of things. Oh, I logged off inside of my my huge Sky Needle base. So let's get out of here. Yeah, this is a huge, excuse me, 600-foot high tower. The lights are like really bugged out in here. I think they're just, the intensity's too high. I don't know why, but I built this about 1.5 years ago. Is this game better than Space Engineers? Well, it depends, I suppose, on what you like. Space Engineers is more technical, more complex, but you know, you can also build more elaborate vessels and so forth than Space Engineers. And I've played Space Engineers a little bit, but not a lot. I would say that Empyrion's similar to Space Engineers, but it's simpler in terms of the building and the physics. But it also offers a lot more in the way of things like exploration. You know, there's multiple planets that you can fly to and explore with different environments. In fact, this planet here, if you're not familiar with the game at all, is called Omicron, and it's a desert planet. I'm in creative mode right now, but if I was in survival mode, I wouldn't be able to actually breathe without a helmet on. So yeah, it's similar to Space Engineers. It's just simpler. Yes, stuff will try and kill you and attack your base. Basically, the way this works is once you start a base in Empyrion, then the game will start to send drones after you in waves. So it's kind of like a little bit of a light tower defense, type of mechanic. And so that's why you want to make sure that, you have defenses up, most importantly, like a cannon, to take those drones out before they can get to your base. Also, the other thing is that you also will have like wildlife and creatures and aliens and monsters and stuff like that that'll attack you too. If you're interested, take a look at my YouTube channel, and I've already done 6 videos, just YouTube videos, not streams. This is my first time streaming Empyrion, and you'll see how all that works. Definitely get attacked a lot and stuff, but it's fun though. I mean, if you're prepared for it, you can definitely kick butt. Messing around in survival, letting my constructor process tons of ore. Yep, definitely. Yep, gotta do tons of ore. Okay, so side note, this is the Sky Needle, guys. I built this, like I said, about 1.5 years ago. It took me hours and hours and hours. In fact, it actually took me a few days to build this thing. It's really awesome though. Like I said, that's a 600-foot high tower. If you've ever been to Seattle, Washington, or heard of the Space Needle, because I'm actually from Seattle, that area, I actually kind of, that inspired me to build this thing. The problem with it, though, is that it has some illegal blocks in it, because I built it 1.5 years ago, and, blocks have been updated since then. And so I haven't figured out yet what I need to do, if I even can do anything, to fix that so that it can be downloadable again by people. But anyway, it's really, really cool base. I just had all kinds of fun building this thing about 1.5 years ago. And, it's got turrets on it and everything. So really cool. But anyway, let's get back to what we came here for. We need to take a look at our hovercraft. And I just got to figure out a couple things here on what I did to make it. So this is what the finished product looks like. So you guys get a sneak preview. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And it handles really well because I have all those RCSs on it. Let's do this. Let's go into the command console and type in time. Let's do 9,000. That's basically 9 o'clock in the morning. That'll make it daytime just so we can see better. And we can do that, you know, when we're in creative mode. Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out what I did is where I put the hover engines. So let me do this first. Let's spawn in another one. I don't want to pull that one apart just in case I need to check something else out. So we'll go into blueprints. We'll select the old guy hovercraft and we'll spawn another one in, just like that. And there we go. Like I said, too, if you guys like this, you know, in fact, let's take it for a cruise. I'll show you how well it actually does handle. If you guys like this, I'll upload it to the workshop and then you can download it if you want to. Let's see. Turn the power. Whoops, wrong button. Power. So, yeah, it cruises along. It handles really nice. I can turn, you know, very quickly. Go up high to hit drones in the air. It's got 3 cannons on the top, or on the front. So, very nice hovercraft. I'm very happy with, you know, how it turned out. I didn't really design it, you know, for mining. I'll probably do a different build specifically for mining. So this is more of a combat exploration hovercraft. But yeah, it works pretty good. Yeah, there's 2 kinds of raptors in the game. Newton 918. There's just the daytime raptors, and they're kind of the brown colored ones. And then there's also the night raptors, or the gray ones, and it's the gray ones that'll attack you. And man, they are mean too. Those some bitches are mean, I'm telling you right now. So you want to have at least a shotgun, if not a tier 2 assault rifle to deal with those guys. Because they're not fun. Well, they're fun, but you know what I'm saying. They're dangerous. All right, let's get back in here and drop that down. And get back to first person. Forgot the key for turning on my suit light. I was fighting blind and all I could see was a little red glowy. Yeah, right. Yeah, it took me a couple tries to remember what that key was too, but it's actually L for light. Go figure, huh? Yeah, you got poison? Yeah, that sucks. I've been poisoned a couple times too now in the game. Alright, so what are we doing? We're trying to find out where the hell I put the hovercraft engine. So let's do that. We'll take this apart here. Alright, so it is right next to the thruster. That's what I thought. And I do have... Oh, you know what? I think I know what the deal is there. I put the thrusters on the top, but I put them out another block from where they currently are. That's why I was confused. Okay. So this, I think, is in the right spot, but we need to take our rear thrusters, the upper ones, and move them out a block. I'm just trying to look in here real quick and see if that's the way I did that. Yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Really having a lot of fun with this game, guys. For those of you who don't know, I have about 200 hours or so into Empyrion, but I haven't played it for about a year and a half. I just, you know, it's not because I didn't want to per se, but, you know, there were so many other games. Ark came out, you know, around that time, and I played the hell out of Ark. I've got over 2,000 hours in that game, and I still love it. It's just kind of taking a break from it right now, if you know what I mean. So I missed 2 major updates of Empyrion, and so I'm, you know, a lot of this stuff is even new to me, and I'm still, you know, trying to figure out how to do stuff, and you know, trying to remember what I used to do, and you know what's changed and that kind of thing. But I'm having so much fun with this game. I'm just really enjoying the heck out of it, and I believe it's on sale on Steam right now for half off. So if you're thinking about getting it, now's the time. Now's the time to do that. I'm pretty sure it's still on sale. I think it was, gosh, I hope it is. Anyway, check it out on Steam if you're interested at all in playing the game. Okay, yeah, Newton, so you did get it still on sale for Steam? Excellent, okay. Yeah, I heard that it was on sale. Of course, I already owned it, though. I just don't know how long it's going to be on sale for, so like I said, you know, check that out as soon as possible if you're thinking about getting the game. All right, let's pop back into survival mode. Just want to see. Yeah, I think I've got. Let's take this off for a second. So those thrusters should be flush with the base of the gun. So we'll double check that as well. And this thruster here is right. Yeah, it's right at the back of the cockpit. And I think that's where I put it. Okay. I'm an old guy, you know, so my memory isn't all that as good as it used to be. So that's why I had to come back here and look at some of this stuff. I might even have to come back again a time or two to figure it all out. But we'll get it done. We'll get it done. Let's see. Resume game, and then back to old guy survival. Okay, so let's put our light back on. So those thrusters are in the right spot, but these ones we have to move over. So let's do that now. Probably should turn this thing off. Oh, I must have hit the wrong button there. Okay, so let's take these guys apart. Make sure we're on disassemble. And we don't need these, because that's where the thrusters are going to go. There we go. That's what we did. Okay, cool. And, excuse me. Now, I think, let me think, how did I do this? I think I put these blocks here. So we go to the ramp top, and then we're going to rotate this. Like that. And we'll put that one there. You know what? I need to put my symmetry plane back on. Let's see. Let's just do this. And then, I believe I just had a normal block right in the center. Like so. All right, so now I can come in here. I don't know if you saw me earlier, but what I can do is I can come in here and get kind of into this little crack to access it, but I have, you know, most of the surface of that covered up to protect it, you know, from when we get attacked by something. That's the idea behind that. So our thrusters are all in the correct spot. And our hover engines are correct, and those thrusters are correct. So yeah, I think that's right. Cool. So now, the next part of this little experiment here is to start filling it in with some more blocks. Let me go check and make sure I still have some more blocks cooking up too. Yeah, I've got another 101 there. Let's grab these as well. Wrong key. And all right. Okay. So I think the next thing is we're going to take these guys and we're going to use the slope block, turn it around this way, and then we're just going to fill this all in. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get my... Here, I'm going to switch these two around. We'll turn the symmetry plane on, so that way we only have to do this on one side, and it'll do the other side for us automatically. Okay. If you're not, if you don't know what that is, basically anything I put on this side automatically goes on the other side as well. So we'll fill this in. There we go, like so. And then it automatically does it for us on this side. Pretty cool, huh? That way I only have to do it once. Okay. Now, I gotta remember what I did. I think what we do here is we put flat blocks on top. So we'll grab the wall, we rotate it like so, and we put that out to there. Oh shit, that scared me. We got incoming. Yeah, these are the drones that'll attack you every so often. But as you can see, my cannon's just kicking their ass, so I have really nothing to worry about. In fact, I thought about turning the spawn rate up on these guys, because they're just, you know, they're almost a little bit underwhelming. But I'm not complaining right at the moment, because I'm trying to build my hovercraft, so I don't want them to be too nasty either. So let's hop over here. Oh shit, we're gonna get attacked. That's a night raptor. Mean sons of bitches, man, I'll tell you what. That's the other thing about this planet, too. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but when I was over there, it was, you know, kind of dawn, I suppose, but if you go, you know, to the east, then it turns nighttime again, because this is a planet, right? Oh shit, I'm getting attacked again. So this is actually a planet, and it has a day side, right? So it's daytime over on this side, and it's nighttime over on the side that I'm at. But if I travel, if I travel, so let's say I'm right here in the daytime, and I'm in a fast enough vehicle or ship, and I start traveling this way, I'll actually travel over the, I think it's called the meridian, I think it is, or whatever, you know, where night meets day, so to speak, and then go right into the daytime. And you know, conversely, if I'm on this side and I start traveling this way, I can travel into daytime. It's really, really kind of cool how that works. If you know, I'm having a really hard time seeing. And Roboticus. I'm having trouble seeing your name, dude, because I have the dark mode on Twitch, and your characters are black. So sorry about that. So you asked me, how do I do that? What exactly is it that I did? I didn't catch what you were asking me, man. Yeah, exactly, Newton. Exactly, yeah. Like the moon with a decent gravity atmosphere, you can chase the sun and that kind of thing. It is really cool. Here's one of the plant dudes too, right out here. See him out there? He's a bastard too. He'll attack me. Unless we kill him first. Alright, let's, I gotta actually get out here real quick before these drones despawn, because they'll have some pretty good loot on them. When you're underwater, make sure that you don't have anything in your hands, and then you'll swim faster. And I'm out of stamina, so I'm going to drink a little water. That gives you a tiny stamina boost. You can actually make stuff like adrenaline and these pills, energy pills, that'll boost your stamina a lot, but it also has side effects, so you have to kind of be careful with it. Look at all that loot. Awesome. Hopefully we can get to these guys before they despawn. The game despawns enemies, you know, once you defeat them pretty quickly, so you have to get right on it. Again, if you happen to catch any of my YouTube videos on the first few episodes that I played this, you'll see that I actually missed them because I took too long to get to them. So, were you? Yeah, seaweed's good stuff. You can use that to make biofuel, which you need for the chainsaw and the tier 1 drill, which really sucks, by the way. Actually, you know what? The tier 1 drill's not as bad as it used to be. When they first came out with it, that was right, you know, towards the end of when I played a year and a half ago. you would have to pick up the ore. It wouldn't pick it up for you, so it was a real pain in the ass. At least it does that for you now, but it's still, you know, well, it's a tier 1 drill, so... Come on, don't despawn, don't despawn. Nice, got him. Yeah, so it's definitely in the early to mid game worth it to loot those drones because you'll get some good stuff from them. Once you get into end game, then it's not quite that big of a deal anymore because you have a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, mining with your drone. That's definitely a good technique too. Yeah. I just recently got to the point where I could make the tier 2 drill, so I just haven't actually needed to use it, because when I first started playing on this playthrough, I took some time off camera and I went and got a whole bunch of ore from all the different patches, and I haven't actually had to mine yet since then, which is kind of nice. Alright, let's get back on this guy and head back to the base. Another nice thing about the motorcycle in this game, even though its handling kind of sucks, is that you can pick it up, which is really cool. I play a lot of 7 Days to Die as well, and you know, you have the mini bike. If you're familiar with that game, you have a mini bike, but you can't pick that up, so it's easy to lose it. All right, so what were we doing before those drones interrupted us? Oh, I need food. Let's eat something. In fact, we might as well go unload all this stuff too while we're at it. Okay, I think that's it. We'll put this meat in the refrigerator. Oh, you're level 5? Yep. Yep. Well, I had so many critters attacking me, you know, the other day that I got a ton of meat just, you know, defending myself. In fact, they actually killed me too at one point. I just got overwhelmed. In fact, so far, I think the drones are a little underwhelming on the normal settings, and the creatures are overwhelming. I mean, they're like, it was crazy, man. Tell you what. How's our fuel looking? And we better put some more fuel in there. Okay, let's get some more food. Fill that up. And I don't actually need to be wearing my helmet. I don't know why I have it on. Well, I need it for underwater, so... is there anything else I can be making in here? Got iron. I guess we could make a little more fuel. This here is the survival constructor. It's what you start out with. And I usually keep it handy. No, I don't have enough promethium to do that. Okay, let's make some more steel plates then. So you can make stuff, you know, like concrete or water or ingots or whatever. It just gives you another constructor that you can use. You can have, yeah, you can have a mobile base in the form of a capital vessel, right? So later on in this playthrough, I'm going to build a huge capital vessel. And I'm talking a big, gigantic, you know, Star Trek-sized spaceship. Well, I don't think it'll be quite as big as the Enterprise, but it could be. And some people, you know, if you go look on the Steam Workshop, some people have actually built, you know, ships modeled after, you know, Star Wars, excuse me, and Star Trek and so forth. And that's one of the things that makes this game so fun is you can actually do that sort of thing. But, you know, I can build a capital vessel that, you know, is 4 times as big as my base, or even bigger if I want it to be. And then, you know, you can have like bays that you can fly your ship into, and I can take the hover vessel out into space to another planet and stuff like that. And, you know, so you have all that capability. And so that essentially becomes your mobile base. Then you can fly your capital vessel around. It's got everything you would ever want on it. You know, all the amenities, all that kind of stuff. And you can just fly it around to different planets and just have lots of fun. So that is coming up. That's in store for sure. All right. Let's see. Where do we leave off? We're trying to cover this thing up, aren't we? So, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put these blocks in. Oh, wrong rotation. There we go. Like that. And I believe what I did here is I put that block in. That does leave that hover engine exposed a little bit. It's not likely that it would get hit there, but it certainly could. You can build a landing pad for your capital ship on a planet to make... Yep. In fact, I don't know, Newton, if you've read the patch notes, but you're actually required now to build, a pad like this concrete pad here before you can spawn in a capital vessel or, from the workshop. So, keep that in mind. If you, see something on the workshop that you like and you're going to download it or whatever, you have to actually have a pad to spawn it in on. You can't just spawn it out on the ground anymore like you used to be able to. I'm not sure exactly why they did that. It probably is more PvP related than PvE related, but that is a change that they made. Yeah, when you guys get a chance, go check out the workshop. There are some amazing builds on there, and you can download them and use them in your own playthrough. It's really fun. I've done that many times before. But because I'm doing my own playthrough, I'm actually building my own stuff too, as just as part of what I'm doing here. All right, we need to cover this guy up. So let's take that block out, and let me see, what do I want to throw in there? What would happen if we threw that in there? Whoops. That works. Yeah, I think that works. I'm not exactly sure if that's what I did on the other one, but it gets the job done, right? Covers that up nicely. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here... Now, I don't have to do this. The game will let me actually put a block in front of the thruster and it will make absolutely no difference. And, I think part of the reason why they did that is just so you're not, limited. You can build any kind of ship that you want to without really having to worry too much about that. But I'm trying to build this like I would for real, and meaning that I don't want to block the thruster, because obviously you couldn't block the thruster, if you were doing this for real, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these types of blocks. I had planned on using the stronger one, but I don't have hardened steel yet to do that, so I'm going to have to use the weak ones for now until I can get hardened steel, which takes an ore called Zascosium, which I have to either loot or get up in space. So for now, I'm just going to put this block over there. Actually, let's try this one. Ah, doggone it. That's not what I wanted to do. You guys are probably going, what the hell did you just do? I want to put it right there. Okay? And what that basically does is it puts some protection over the thruster, but still allows the exhaust of the thruster to go through the block. Again, it doesn't need to be that way. I'm just, trying to be realistic as much as I can. So that's the idea behind that. That way, the thruster has just a little bit of protection, from incoming ammo from enemies and so forth, and still looks somewhat realistic, because, that's plausible that it could still work even if it had a grate in front of it. Again, don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I'm just doing it, to be somewhat realistic. And we'll pop that in there. Whoop. Okay. It's coming along pretty good, I think. I like it. Let's finish the front out now. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to hop up here. Trying to remember now. Okay, I think what I want to do is... The cool thing with blueprints is they still require the correct amount of materials. Yes, exactly. So, yeah, that's a great point, Newton. If you're new to the game, let's say that Sky Needle base that I showed you in my creative mode. Let's say you think that's really cool and you want to download it. You can't. Well, you can't right now because I got to fix it first. But let's say it was fixed and you want, or even just the hovercraft I'm making now. You can't just download it and use it. You can in creative mode, because you saw me do that if you were watching earlier, but in survival mode, just like Newton said, you actually have to have the materials, and then what you do is you go here, you go into the blueprints, and you send it to the factory, okay? And you have to have all these resources. So if I wanted to build this from the blueprint, okay, in survival mode, I send this to the factory. So now it's here in the factory, and then I have to input all these materials in order to actually make it. And then the factory produces it for me in a certain amount of time. And it just depends upon how complex the build is. This will only take 26 minutes. If you try and build the Sky Needle, I think it takes hours, to build, and a hell of a lot more materials too. And that's really cool because, you still have that feeling like you earned it, or you had to provide the materials for it. But then you can take advantage of, everybody's really cool builds that they have on the workshop. So it's just really cool how that works. I love that mechanic about this game. Okay, so we're going to cover our guns up here with some flat blocks. And let's see. Come on, get over there. Trying to get it to snap on the end of the... All right, let's go from the other direction then. Let's take it from here and go out. Like that. Okay. In the middle, we'll change to these ramp bottoms just to kind of give it like a little fin type of effect. It's completely aesthetic. I don't need to do this, but we're just doing it for funsies. And I need to rotate that this way. Yeah. Okay. Also, I think too, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these blocks off and put fins in the front like so. There we go. Ah, darn it, I keep falling off there. And then the last thing I want to do for the front is I want to put... Yeah, you know what? We could do that, actually, now that I think about it. Well, okay. Tell me what you guys think. I could either do this, which will give, protection from up above, or what I did in my... other blueprint is I did this. Let me see here. I used this block and I turned it like so. And what this does is this gives it a little more protection, coming from the sides. It does leave that part of the gun exposed that way though. So what did I do for that? I'm trying to remember what I did there. I probably can't do anything now that I think about it because this grill is in the way. It's taking up that block space. Yeah, I don't remember what I did with that. We could... You know what we could do? Let's do this. Let's take... Oh, shit. Wrong gun. Let's take this back off for a minute. And what if we... Well, no, then we're going to have... I don't remember what I did there. What's it look like if we do this? That could work, I guess. I think I'm going to do that for now, but I'll look at it later and see how I actually did it and then change it up if necessary. Yeah, I know I'm kind of blocking the thruster there now, but it really isn't going to matter as far as the game itself is concerned. I just want to try and get, maximum protection is all. If I didn't put these side ones in, then I don't have, anything protecting the guns from shots coming in from, the side, which they will. So that's kind of the reasoning behind that. All right, I think we're pretty much done with the front. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the back. And I need lights. I guess I didn't make those, so let's go make some lights real quick. Let's see. We want the hovercraft, and we want devices, and we want 3 spotlight blocks. I also want, I believe, at least 4 of the running lights. How are we doing on ores? Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, like I said, on my first episode of this on YouTube, I started the game, introduced it, went out, you know, showed the people a couple things, and then I cut the camera and went and mined a little bit of ore from each ore deposit. You know, the copper, the silicone, all that. And I have not had to mine since then. And I've been able to build all of this stuff with just that little bit that I got on that first day, which is pretty cool, actually. The one thing I am definitely running out of right now is promethium, though, so I am going to go after that here very quickly. So we'll let these lights finish up. All right. Is there anything else I could be making? One of the things you want to try and do as much as possible is you want to try and always have something crafting. And I'm just trying to see what I could do at this moment. See, I can't really make any ingots because I don't have any more raw ore. I'm making steel plates outside. How much stone dust do I have? I don't have any stone dust. Yeah, okay, well, there really isn't a whole lot, I guess, that I need to make at the moment, so we'll just roll with it. So we're going to put our lights, one there, and one right up on top. Yeah, right there. Okay. Definitely want lights on these things. And then the little lights, we want to put, I think I'll put one there. And where's that going to end up if I put that there? It's going to kind of stick out, isn't it? All right, I might have to look at that again too, because if I stick that there, it's not actually attached. It's kind of sticking out, which is a little stupid looking. I don't know. I guess it is on the top edge of that block, isn't it? Oh, that's different. I must have put that in. I must have put that in before I had the. Whose it wasn't on. All right, so let's take this back off. And let's see. I think what block did we put in there? I think it was this one, wasn't it? No, this one. Is that right? No, I think it is this one. I just didn't have it rotated correctly. There we go. And now we can stick this light right here, and it's actually attached. That should work. That's not exactly what I did in the other build, but it's another thing I'll have to just check later. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to start covering the top here. Yeah, you know what? Let's wait on that. Let's get these thrusters done too. So I think what I did with these is we just did this. Like so. What happened? Oh, that light's in the way. I'm pretty sure I put a light there on the other one. Alright, let's take it off for now. So those go that way. Yeah, same problem over here. Okay. Well, we'll worry about that later. And then what we want to do here is, I guess, the same thing that we did in the front. So we're going to put an angle there. And we'll put an angle here. So we're basically making fenders here for our... That doesn't look right, though. I don't think that's exactly what I did before. You know what, though? We're just gonna run with it now. And like I said, I'll correct it later. It's definitely gonna work for us. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm not screwing myself over. So I can still get to my O2 tank. I can get to my constructor. I can get to my cargo box through these cracks. Ammo box is good. Cargo box and refrigerator on that side. And on this side, we can get to the O2 station and the cargo box. Okay, yeah. So we're still good. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I'm not paying attention and I accidentally cover that stuff up. And then it gets a little weird. So for here, I think we're just going to put a flat on. Like that. And we'll put some glass over the front of the lights. This glass is pretty weak, so like I said, I'll have to upgrade it to the hardened glass once I have some Zascosium. But I just want to put something on there to cover it up so it gives it a little bit of protection. Now we're going to do the same thing here with these. We're going to cover these up. Give just a little bit of protection. And I think I'm probably going to run out of steel blocks here. I want this guy. Let's get it rotated. I suppose we should probably just fill that in with normal blocks, just to give it a little extra protection there. There's no reason for me to leave that open. And then we're going to grab those and go like that. And this we'll put in the corner piece. Like so. All right, we're getting there, we're getting there. Now, the next thing we're going to do is make sure everything is symmetrical here. It should be. Let me think about this. I think I want to do... We want to put that there. Yeah, I think that works. What if we, instead of doing that, what if we put... We could even try and fill that in too, now that I think about it. Yeah, we got to get the... There we go. I mean, it works. It's not exactly what I did before, but it works. It covers it up. So yeah, let's just run with that for now. All right, so this guy, we want to put him there, and if I put these here, then I'm going to have trouble, though, getting down below. So yeah, we better not do that. All right, I think all we have left to do now is just the top. And then we'll paint it up, put some textures on it, and then it'll be ready to roll. Let's see here. We're going to do flat blocks. We'll do flat blocks along here. Oh, I just ran out. Okay. Let's get some more blocks going here. Oh shit, I made a whole bunch of that. Don't think I meant to do that. I must have got a little crazy on the clicks. Okay. It's alright. We will eventually need that many steel plates, so it's not a waste. It's just probably wasn't the highest priority at the moment, but no worries. Let's bring this inside. There's a little glitch with the door where it looks like it's open, but it's not, so it's kind of weird how that works. We'll put those in there. Let's see. We'll put the oxygen in there. Oh, we got to put our hover boosters on too. Oh, I have a whole bunch of steel blocks. Never mind. That's from the stuff I've taken apart. It just puts it back in your inventory. Okay. And let's see. We're going to have to be able to get to the fuel tank from up here. Well, we don't have to, I suppose. The fuel tank is something we could fill from the cockpit. Okay, so I think what I did here is I used this inward slope block, and we did something like this. Ah. Okay. And then on this side, I started to think maybe I had that. No, that's right. Okay. That's where that light was. And then I believe I put these blocks in here. Let's see. Rotate that way and then this way. Like so. And we'll do the same thing in the back, I guess. Yeah. Come on, get up there. It gets a little bit of a hassle sometimes doing that. Yeah, I think I need to go one more back with these guys here. Like that. And then, I think I put glass on the light. Like so. And like so. Let's give it a little protection. Let's also put, let's go back to steel blocks. And we'll put the sloped ramps there, just to kind of give it a little aerodynamic look. And we'll do the reversal. No, actually no. We're going to put a flat block there. And then we'll put the ramp block on top of here, like so. So it kind of gives it like a little spoiler in the back idea. And then let's, guess we'll just put flat blocks there. Yeah, that works. Not exactly the same as the other one, guys, but I think it's pretty close. I must have run... Oh, no, I don't. I got a few more truss blocks here. So this we're going to just put just a flat block to cover those up. Give them a little bit of protection. Yeah, almost done. Almost done with the build. I do have that hover engine exposed a little bit there, but I'm not sure... Wait a minute. Didn't I... I wonder why that didn't go in place on the other side. That's weird. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't take the other block out. If there's another block in place, then it won't do that. Okay, I think we did this one. Yep, just like that. It's a little wonky, I know, but I don't think it looks absolutely terrible either. And the most important thing is it's going to protect, you know, the hover engines, so they're not exposed at all. I'm almost wondering too, I'm just going to try a little experiment here. I don't know if I'm going to commit to this. But what does this look like if we do that? We could even take it all the way and put... Is that the one we would put in there? No, that doesn't work. But this one... Yep, styling. What if we try this little one here? No, what about this one? Yeah, that's the one we want. Look at that. That kind of worked out, didn't it? Almost makes me wonder if I could even it out back here as well. But before I do that, though... Ha! Let's take that one out and put this one here. Wait, that's not right. What the hell did I do? Somebody just gave me a follow. I'm trying to see the name pops up there. X Demon. I gotta get a bigger screen. My eyesight's terrible because I'm an old guy. Let's see. X Demon Kitex. Sorry, dude, if I butcher your name, but thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. And thanks for stopping by, too. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me see. Let's take this out. I think I'll probably just... Yeah, I don't know. What the hell? That should just come over like this, I think, right? And if we put in... Yeah, that fixes it, right? Yep, that's it. That was a little weird though, wasn't it? Because I didn't... Oh, you know what happened? I know exactly what happened. Because when I was over here, right, the first block that I placed was this larger corner. And then, you know, it didn't work, so I took it out. But in the meanwhile, it had already placed the large corner over here. So that's what... why that got weird there. Okay, cool. Almost done, almost done. So... Just want to make sure I can still get all my stuff here through the cracks. And I can, so that's good. Now, I think we can turn this thing off. Whoops, wrong button. And what I did here is I put in a pipe type of thing. Kind of like, you know, this is just completely aesthetic, of course. And then we switch to this one and rotate it. Oh! I didn't mean to do that. How come the hell is that even on when it's not... Oh, I know why. Okay, yeah. That was my fault. Okay. This is supposed to be an exhaust pipe here. Again, just for fun. It's not... doesn't actually have any real function. Yeah, I think that's all the further I... Did I take that out farther before? I think I did. There we go. And then I'll use the texture tool to make it actually look like an exhaust pipe as well. And then the other thing it's actually doing, though... Well, we're going to cover the top of this with glass. So let's bring this glass down here. It partially blocks the items, but yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. So we're going to put this long glass on here, if I can get it to snap. But I need to actually, like so. Well, actually, I'll just put it on now, but I'm going to take it back off when I get the texture tool so I can make it actually look like a pipe. There. The only thing I need to do now is I need to put angles on the back end too. So let's go to this. Well, wait a minute. If I do that, though, I'm going to have to take these off. Let's just try it and see what it looks like. And then if I don't like it, we'll just set it back the way it was. So we got those guys, and we want to get the bottom rotated down. And then turn around this way. Just so it's kind of symmetrical with the front there a little bit. Yeah, I think that works. What do you think, guys? Newton, you like that? Like I said, it's not exactly the same as it is in the blueprint version, but it's close. I do need to figure out where I'm going to put the back running lights, though, now. Because that didn't... What's it going to do if I put... Yeah, it's going to not actually attach to anything there. Alright, let's see here. If I took this off... Oh. Wait a minute. Those don't even need to be on there anyway. Oh, those need to be on there. Okay, yeah, I think that's... Now I think I remember what I did. So let's set this one back. There we go. Now I can put the running lights. There. Perfect. So we'll take these off. And we'll put a running light there. These things are actually pretty bright, so that's why I'm only putting one there instead of two. Now, they generate a hell of a lot of light, actually. And... okay. I think that's pretty much it. It's very, very similar to... Oh, we got to put a grate over this, too. Very similar to what I did in the blueprint. Not exactly the same, but close. Let's go get ourselves a paint tool and a texture tool. Do I have that stuff made? Yep, I got a texture tool there and a paint tool. No, that's a pistol. I guess I need to make a paint tool, so let's do that. Or a color tool, I suppose it's called. Just about there, guys, just about there. Then we'll take this thing out for a spin. I'm going to need some more food here. Good old salami. Again, if you're new to the game, this game also has a farming mechanic, you know, like Minecraft does, and 7 Days to Die and so forth. And so, at some point here, pretty soon, I'm gonna get a farm started. And once you have crops going, then you can make all kinds of really cool food. So this is the food processor. I can make, you know, meds if I need to. I can make things like actually make cheeseburgers, believe it or not. You can make canned food, which is great for taking, you know, out into space with you. Ratatouille, pizza, waffles. It's really cool, you know, all the different things you can actually make with the food in here. And every time I look at this stuff, it makes me hungry as well. This little Empyrion anniversary cake is just a limited thing that they have in the game, you know, for their second anniversary, I believe this, or 2-year anniversary. And it basically acts as a large health kit, and it's pretty cheap to make too. Only takes 4 flour and 1 purified water. So as soon as I get that garden going, I'm going to make a bunch of these up because they're way cheaper and have the same effect as a large Medipack, which is very expensive to make. At least in the early game it is. So let's go do some painting. And actually, you know what? Just so I don't forget, I want to get up a little higher. I want to get my other jump boosters on too. Maybe just a little higher than that. The Hovercraft's normal height is 3 meters. And, you know, that's what it travels at, is 3 meters. But then these booster things that I'm putting on here will allow you to jump. What do you mean no empty space to place a block? Now that was weird. It was telling me it couldn't place it, but it let me place it. Gotta love these alpha games, right? That looks pretty cool underneath there. I'm not really too worried about protecting the underneath side of the hovercraft because you're rarely going to get damage down there. I mean, you could, but it's not very likely that you would. Okay, so let's put this thing back down. And locked in place. Cut the power. No point in wasting fuel. Alright, so we're going to start by painting the entire thing black. So that's going to be the predominant color. It's going to be like a stealth type of idea. So the way you do this is you right-click on the object, and then you can choose from several different colors. You can also choose if you want to just paint a small area or a larger area. And if you want to paint the entire block, in other words, all sides of the block, right? So we're going to do medium. And that way, you know, we don't have to do just one block at a time. Back here, let's pop into this thing. And we'll just go around and paint this whole thing black to start with, and then we'll do some trim painting. Oh, I hit my my pad there. It's all right. These this drone is really squirrely. It's just barely moved my mouse and it's like all over the place. So okay, so we get that. I could put the symmetry plane back up too. In fact, I probably should. Jeez Louise, that's giving me a freaking headache. Okay. I'll just hit everything in between here. Not that I really need to, but we'll just do it. Okay, cool. Now, I'm going to trim this out in blue. Actually, I'm going to use 2 different types of blues. So we're going to use this this blue here, and we're going to do one block at a time, and we're going to do a racing stripe idea. And we're going to make the cockpit, it's getting late, cockpit blue, and I think we will also make those blue, and hell, let's just do this too. Light back on. Okay. And let's hit that too, so we get that racing stripe all the way to the front and back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change to this blue. This is darker blue. And we're going to paint the fenders this color. Actually, I think I might set those back to black. Yeah. And yeah, I know I can put the symmetry plane back on, but it's not really going to take me that long to do this, so I'm just going to do it this way. Alright, and let's just do that, and we'll leave those black. I might leave that block black too, just so it kind of, you know, stays lined up with the... Well, what is... Nah, let's not. Let's just do that. Yeah, that works. Okay. Let's make our guns blue, just because we can. All right. Coming together, coming together. Now, I think what we want to do is we want to hop up here. Let's pull the glass back up for a second. And we're going to get the texture tool out. And we're going to make this thing look like a pipe. And I think I want to use... That kind of looks like a muffler, don't you think? A little bit? I played around with a couple of different textures, and I liked that one the most. Alright, cool. Now let's put our glass back. Whoop, wrong button. Yeah, okay. Oh, right, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I knew I was forgetting something there. Let's see. There we go. Come on, get over there. Oh, for goodness sakes. Let me get in this thing. There we go. I wonder if we ought to take that all the way back. I think I will. So number 4. Hold still, hold still. Take those off. We'll take that one off. And then we'll put this... Come on, pop in place. Just move it. Just so it's not behaving. Oh, come on, you damn it. Okay. Let's try it this way. Nice thing about creative mode is I can hover and just stay in one place. I don't fall back down like I do in survival, which makes doing this kind of thing a lot easier. If I can get right to... It doesn't want to... Alright, let's try this. Let's put this one here. Now can we get one popped in there? Yeah, I don't know. For some reason it doesn't want to... There it goes. There it goes. Okay. And there. I don't know, though. What do you think, guys? Think that looks stupid sticking out like that, or do you think it's fine? Let me know what you think. I guess maybe it's not too bad. Okay. Now let's add a couple more textures. So I'm going to put the yellow caution here by the thrusters, because we don't want anybody standing next to it and getting blown away. And we'll do the same thing up here with those thrusters. Okay. And I believe I put like a little access hatch kind of idea on each of these sides. Like so. And yeah, I hit that, painted that black. That's good. I wonder if we should put a running light or two in the back as well. Probably wouldn't hurt. Let's do that. Now that I think about it. We'll let those cook up. And let's see, I think, I'm trying to remember if I put any more textures on here. All right, I guess that's good enough. I did something different, though, on the blueprint version. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was going to change this over to symbols. And let's see here. What do we got? If you look in my blueprint version, you'll notice that I actually put my name on there, Old Guy Gaming. But when I'm looking at this, let's go over to this side again. Yeah, for some reason I must have done something different, because the one in the blueprint, or in the workshop, or yeah, the blueprints, I'm sorry. Can't really see it from this angle. Okay, well, it's not important. It's certainly not something we need to do. But let's just try it anyway and see if we can make it work somehow. Because, again, this build is just a little bit different than the other one. Yeah, that definitely doesn't work. Okay, we'll just have to go with that. Old guy. Yeah, see, we can't paint over that. So what happens if we put it up here? Oh yeah, that works. Maybe that's what I even did. Okay. Old guy gaming. I'm going to run out of space. So let's, instead of doing that, let's do... Oh, no, I know what I need to do. I have a couple variations of my name, so... There we go. I know that looks kind of silly, but we're just having fun with this, right? Okay, and then let's go on this side now, and we have to kind of do it the opposite way. So O L D, and then G U Y, and then here, yeah, see, this one's not gonna fit. G doesn't look right on that one. Well, let's see. How would we do this? We have to put it in there, and yeah, that's not quite right, is it? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I will. I'll have to look and see what I did on the blueprint version, because the blueprint version turned out, perfect. But because I built this just a little bit differently than that one, it's not quite turning out the way I had intended, but I think it'll do for now. Okay, so I want to go back to symbols, and then let's just put that there, and we'll put, let's do this guy here. Just to add a little more fun stuff to it. And gentlemen, I think that pretty much completes this build. You know what I could do? Tell me what you think. What if I do this instead? Because this is going to bug the hell out of me with my OCD. What if we do... yeah, I don't know. See where I'm going with this, right? If we do this, then we can at least get the word spelled out. And we got incoming. Let's use an S instead of a Z, and then we'll take this one back off. Okay? I mean, that still looks stupid, I know it does, but at least the letters are all, in the same spot now. So. No, that looks bad, I know. Okay, well. Yeah, let me think about that. I'll fix it later. I think we're done. We have completed our hovercraft. So, let's make sure we have our food filled up. And we're going to go take this thing for a test drive. And I'll probably get it all blown up. Let me go in here for a second and check my fuel. Okay, so we got a full fuel tank. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this extra fuel in the cargo bin, which I can reach right through here. Put about half of that in there. And let's throw some food in there too. And if I was on another planet, I'd be putting oxygen in there, but I don't need that here for Akua. But remember, this is, if you didn't notice this earlier, I have equipped this with oxygen. So there's an oxygen station there, and there's an oxygen tank right down here that you can use to fill it up. So the idea is that when we do take this off planet, we'll be able to do the oxygen thing as well. Okay, I have some shotgun shells. I got some rifle ammo. Oh, we gotta load up our Gatling gun. So that's the small ammo box. That's not a whole lot of ammo, is it? I don't have any promethium. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some mining. For sure. Do I have any promethium left in here? Got a little bit. Let's just make the rest of this in ammo. And then, oh, I got to put those running lights on as well. So we need 15 millimeters. I'm just going to make as many as I can. Let's offload the stuff that we don't need to take with us. I think I'm going to take all of that. We don't need those. Keep the drill. Let's put the drill... oh, we don't need these things. Where am I going? Going this way. So we're going to put these running lights on the back here. There we go. Okay, so as soon as that ammo's done, we'll be ready to take off. There she is. That doesn't look too bad, I don't think, you know. You know, like I said, I mean, I could spend more time if I wanted to and try and make it look even cooler. And I might at some point, but I think, you know, I think it works. It works pretty good. The other thing that I would do, and probably will do later on, is I'll upgrade to the reinforced steel. Because right now it's just got the normal steel, so it's pretty squishy. It wouldn't hold up in PvP at all. And I'm just going to have to be really careful with the drones until I can get it upgraded to the better armor. $300 more rounds. Okay, I think we're ready to roll. Am I forgetting something? Probably I am, but I don't know what it is. So let's go. Put the rest of the ammo in there. Hop in here. Fire it up. And let's see, let's load up our gun. And we are ready to roll. This is what it looks like in third-person view. And I have not been explored this planet hardly at all. Just, you know, the only places that I've been is just around this lake, really. I did go out this way too, and this is a village that I did for a quest, and then I uncovered a couple more mines. But I've basically only been here and then around the lake, and that's the only place I've been so far. So I've got this whole planet basically to explore. So let's go ahead and we're just gonna drive around and see what there is to see for now. But it handles pretty good. One of the things that you want to be able to do in a combat hovercraft, which is what this basically is, as opposed to say like a mining hovercraft, is you want to be able to, you know, tip your nose up high enough to shoot at drones and what the hell is it called? The troop transport that the game will start sending at you. And so if you build a hovercraft and you're having trouble getting your nose up, you need to just put more RCSs on. So I've got 6 RCSs on this, and it handles really nicely. And it might even be a little bit overkill, but I had the space for it, so why not, right? Is that a Promethean deposit? No, it's iron. Okay, well, I'm actually not going to mine. That'll take too long. Let's just drive around a little bit. So we're heading north. And that red thing there is basically the pole, the North Pole, and you can't go beyond it. Oh, tipping over. If you tip over in your hovercraft, just hit the shift button and it'll right you. Yeah, so this is as far north as we can go. And that's kind of this, oh, that was weird. Yeah, so we're about as far north as we can go. And then typically what I'll do when I'm exploring a new planet is I'll either go all the way to the north or all the way to the south, and then I'll just kind of start working my way, you know, either to east or west, and, you know, to uncover the rest of the stuff that's on the planet. So if we turn west, we'll run into the sun if we go east. So let's turn and go east. I want to find some settlements. Whoa, that was weird. And do some looting because Sometimes you can find, you know, some of the rare ores with the looting. And if we run into any drones, then we'll take them out as well. There's the moon. Now, that moon up in the sky there, guys, we'll actually be able to fly there and land on it once we get a small vessel built, which will be the next project. So that's really cool, you know, because you see that in the sky, and it's like, I can go there. It's one of the things I really love about this game. Those are our boosters there, getting us up in the air a little bit. This is a pretty decent-sized body of water. And you can take your hovercraft right out over the surface. And we're running right into dawn here. They have they've changed the landscape and made it look so much neater than it used to be. It used to be a little more, you know, kind of cartoonish, but now it looks very, very beautiful the way they did it. The textures and the new trees and everything. I like it. Crash. Yeah, I don't know. Going up here we might get ourselves stuck. Let's get into third-person mode. Almost looks like there's an alien honey. That's basically this stuff here. It's good for bleeding, if you get bleeding. Okay. So we'll have to probably just go around the base of this mountain. I could theoretically, you know, try and get up with the hovercraft, but I'll probably end up getting stuck, so. Research center, okay. So we got a drone here. I don't know, I think that research center is going to have turrets, and if it is, it could really kick the shit out of me, so I got to be super careful. But the drone we should be able to take out. I did load the guns, right? Yeah, okay. He's kind of behind the trees at the moment. Okay, gotta be really careful, because if that research center has turrets, it could ruin my day. I don't think it does, because if it did, it'd probably already be shooting at me. Oh, we wasted that drone. Awesome. Three cannons, man. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's loot this place, and then I'm probably gonna go ahead and call her quits. I gotta get up real early in the morning and catch a plane to Seattle tomorrow, so I'm already up later than I should be. Let's lower this down. And we'll cut the power. Now, the one thing we have to be careful of is we have to make sure that we have to watch for more drones, because probably what's going to happen is the game's going to send more drones, and it might even send a troop transport. And we just want to make sure that, you know, we can get back to our hover vessel and be ready for that when the time comes. So this is one of the POIs in the game. And there's aliens here that are neutral. But the funny thing is they'll let you basically rob them blind. So you can come in here and basically take their stuff. One cool thing, though, is that this is an advanced constructor. So this is new. They didn't have this in the game when... oh shit, there's another drone. Better get back out there. They didn't have this in the game when I played these POIs. They had POIs, but not ones that actually had stuff in them like this. And so if you need to make something with an advanced constructor, you can come to this station here and you can actually make stuff before you have the material to build it yourself, because the advanced constructor requires some materials. Oh man, that thing's closer than I thought. That's a troop transport, that's why. Okay. Alright, get back up in the air there. I think he must have already dropped off because he's taken off. Okay, that's too bad. Because you can get some pretty good loot from those things, but they take a lot of ammo to kill. So we have ground troops that he dropped off, and we're going to have to take those guys out. Oh, did he? Oh, maybe he didn't drop them off. That's the drone that I killed. Okay. Don't know. Maybe he saw my 3 cannons and got scared and ran off. I don't know. Guess, let's just park right over here. And, now he's coming back. Oops, wrong gun. That red spot on the drone that you saw there, that's kind of like their weak spot or their headshot. And so you want to try and aim for that. You need to try and get up a little higher here. More loots. Okay. Whoa! Hit the shift key. I have to wait for it to settle down and then... There we go. Okay. Yeah, it gets a little weird sometimes. What the hell's going on? Oh, I was just on a slanted piece of ground, I guess. Slanted area of ground. I think. I didn't take any damage, did I? 1% on one of my guns. Okay. Alright, so let's get back to looting. So what I was saying is that, yeah, there's an advanced constructor here, and there's a repair station. In fact, I might actually make use of that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's repair our shotgun. And... there we go. So yeah, oh, there's the troop transport. These guys aren't going to let me loot. He's leaving again. Did he drop anyone off? He's supposed to drop off ground troops. But I don't see any. I should be seeing them on the map. Okay. Let's have to watch for a drone. Alright, so here's the thing. I could go in and basically rob these guys blind, and they don't give a shit. And there's, you know, you can get rare stuff from some of these crates that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get just from, you know, normal. See, there's neodymium. Okay, that's something that I can't get by mining on Akua. I'd have to go to another planet or to the moon to get that. And cobalt's also, and magnesium powder, those are also pretty rare resources too. I'll take that. Don't really need the biofuel. And so that's why you want to come to these POIs, because you can get all that stuff. Fire moth scrapers. See, now that doesn't grow on Akua at all. I think ZR71 might. So I'll take all that. And take that stuff. I need the aloe to make bandages. And I'm going to run out of space here. Okay, there's a boost pack. I would definitely want that. Let's put our guns back down here. Let's see. I guess we'll just put these two things down here for now. Yeah, so there's the aliens. Didn't have that stuff in the game when I played last. Let's see. Oxygen station. Fill that back up, we might as well. Okay. There's some. I don't need that. I've got plenty of that stuff at the base. Don't think I can loot that. I can loot that. Night fishing goggles. Oh, hey, that's cool. I'll take those. That might come in handy. I think that's everything I can loot in here. So let's get into our cargo box and offload some of this stuff. I want to keep that with me. I'll need an armor station to apply the booster there. Okay, almost done. Let's go in here. Whoa, overshot it. Oh, okay. That's the alien honey plant that you can grow. Medical stuff, definitely take that. Food. Spiky mushroom. Oh wow, that's very valuable. The rations are in-game stuff for sure. You get, I think, 3 of those when you first start out, and then that's all you get until you can make it yourself. So that was good. That was a good find. Multi-boost. Nice, okay. Make my jetpack a little more efficient. Oh, look at that. A tier 2 multi-tool. That is worth the price of admission right there, guys. Sweet. Okay. And an insulation boost. For cold and heat. There's an ice planet. Take a shower. And there's a lava planet in the game. And heat and cold are a thing now. It used to, last time I played, I don't think it was an issue, but it is now. So that stuff will come in handy. This might be where they have their core. Oh no, it's fuel. Excuse me. We'll hop in here real quick. And what do we got here? Fuel. More rations. Excellent. Food poisoning pills. The game does also now have an economy, but it's still a little needs some work, I guess, is for lack of a better way of saying it. Hydrogen fuel pack. Let's eat this corn. Hopefully we don't get food poisoning. So you can buy. What happens is, as near as I can tell, anyway, is you find coins. Oh, I'd like all those boosters. I'm gonna have to come back though. And you can then purchase stuff from vendors in the game. Oxygen. Okay. And there's a station here on Akua, a planet-side station, and then you can also teleport up into a station in orbit, and there's vendors that you can buy stuff from. One of the things you can't do, though, as far as I know, is you can't sell stuff, which is kind of a bummer, because, you start getting a surplus of all this stuff, and it would be kind of nice if you could sell that, to make more coinage. And maybe that's something they'll implement later, I'm not sure. But anyway, all right, guys, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here. Like I said, I got to get up like at 4 o'clock in the morning and catch a plane, so I need to try and get a little bit of sleep. I'm going to be gone for a few days at a memorial service for my grandmother who just passed. So I won't be, doing any streaming or making any videos until I get back, which will be next Wednesday. But if you're interested in, seeing more of my content, I have a YouTube channel. I've got several 7 Days to Die videos, and I've got the first 4 episodes of Empyrion that I've done up to this point. And so stop by and see me if you're interested, and if you like what you see, leave a sub and all that. And I will be back again, like I said, Wednesday, and then sometime, later on next week, I'll do another stream, and hopefully you guys can stop in and see me again. Thank you for all the follows and everything, and it was great hanging out with you, and I think that's about it. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out, and take it easy.